This man should not be here. He sits alone at the front of Raphael's perfect world, dressed like a laborer, staring at a sheet of paper. And although the scene is supposed to show ancient Greece, Raphael made him look like Michelangelo. So why did he place another Renaissance master inside the School of Athens? Look at the fresco as a whole. Every arch, step, and line of perspective pulls us toward Plato and Aristotle. Around them, knowledge becomes movement. People argue, calculate, teach, and listen. But this figure refuses the rhythm. He does not join a group. He does not look toward the center. He turns inward. Look at him again. His elbow presses into a block of marble. His head sinks into his hand. Heavy boots anchor him to the floor. Even his body feels denser than the graceful figures around him, as though he has been carved rather than painted. The Vatican museums identify him as Heraclitus, a philosopher famous for a world shaped by change and opposing forces. But Raphael gave this ancient thinker the features of a man working only a few rooms away, Michelangelo. That choice becomes stranger when we remember where the fresco was painted. This was part of Pope Julius II's private library and office. The room presented philosophy as rational truth, balanced against theology, poetry, and justice. Raphael built an ideal republic of the mind. Then he placed one brooding contemporary artist at its front edge. But this is only the beginning. A full-scale preparatory drawing for the fresco survives in Milan. It contains most of the Great Gathering, yet the seated Heraclitus is missing. That absence does not tell us exactly when Raphael changed his plan, but it supports the view that Michelangelo's double was a late addition, entering after the intellectual world had already been arranged. That is the clue that turns a famous masterpiece into a visual crime scene. The question is no longer only who this man represents. It is what happened between Raphael's first plan and the final wall. And nearby, Michelangelo was painting the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Now compare the bodies. Raphael's earlier figures move with calm elegance. This man is broader, heavier, more sculptural. His pose has even been compared with Michelangelo's prophet Isaiah. Isaiah looks upward, while Raphael's Heraclitus looks down. One interpretation is generous. Raphael saw extraordinary work and answered with a tribute. By turning Michelangelo into Heraclitus, he admitted that the difficult, isolated artist belonged among the greatest minds in history. But there is another version. A tribute does not have to be affectionate. Raphael places Michelangelo alone, blocked off by stone, trapped in thought, while everyone else exchanges ideas. At the far right, Raphael quietly paints himself among companions, looking outward toward us. The contrast may be deliberate. Michelangelo becomes genius as struggle, heavy, private, almost imprisoned by his own mind. Raphael becomes genius as connection, composed, social, able to bring many voices into one clear design. And now, the whole scene feels different. The School of Athens is usually seen as a monument to agreement, a place where every form of knowledge can coexist beneath one perfect architecture. But the Michelangelo figure introduces friction. He suggests that great ideas do not always emerge from harmony. Sometimes they come from rivalry, isolation, and resistance. Return to his blank page. Perhaps Raphael was not simply hiding Michelangelo in ancient Athens. Perhaps he was asking what genius actually looks like: the calm architecture of the whole, or the solitary person who cannot stop wrestling with one thought. Do you think Raphael placed Michelangelo here to honor him, or to turn their competition into part of his own masterpiece? Share your theory, leave a like, and subscribe for the next painted mystery.